The stars do not merely shine in the cosmic Colosseum of the gods, they scream. They are the witnesses to a conflict that transcends time, space, and the boundaries of mortal understanding. Here, in this arena constructed from the crystallized tears of fallen stars and the obsidian shadows of the void, two of the greatest powers ever conceived by the human mind stand ready to determine whose myth shall reign supreme. To the south, the salt spray of 1,000 oceans crystallizes into the form of a king. He is Poseidon, the earth shaker, the storm bringer, the second son of Cronus. He carries the weight of the deep Mediterranean and the fury of the shifting tectonic plates. To the north, the air crackles with ozone and the scent of singed pine. He is Thor, the son of Odin, the prince of Asgard, the red-bearded champion of Midgard. He is the bulwark against the giants and the thunder that breaks the silence of the world. This is not merely a fight, it is a theological collision. Look first upon the Lord of the Sea. Poseidon stands draped in armor forged from the scales of the primordial Leviathan. His hair is a wild tangle of seaweed and foam, and his eyes are the shifting turquoise of a shallow bay that suddenly plunges into the blackest abyss. In his right hand, he holds the Trident, a weapon of 3 points that represents the dominion over the heavens, the earth, and the sea. This weapon was forged by the elder Cyclopes during the Titanomachy, a war that saw the overthrow of the very foundations of the universe. When Poseidon strikes the ground, continents fracture. When he waves his hand, the tides respond with a hunger that consumes entire civilizations. He is the embodiment of the unpredictable, the god who is both the gentle breeze that carries sailors home and the hurricane that buries them beneath the waves. Opposite him stands the thunderer. Thor is a mountain of muscle and resolve. He wears the belt Mjolnir, which doubles his already godlike strength, and his iron gauntlets, Jarngrapr, allow him to grip his legendary weapon without it shattering his own bones. That weapon is Mjolnir, the short-handled hammer crafted by the dwarves Brokkr and Sindri. It is a weapon that never misses its mark and always returns to its master. Thor's eyes are not blue or brown, they are living storms, pulsing with white lightning that arcs between his lashes. He is the protector of the common man, the warrior who stands on the ramparts of order to keep the chaos of the giants at bay. For Thor, existence is a constant struggle, a glorious battle that leads to the ultimate sacrifice at Ragnarok.
Look at you, barbarian. You smell of mud and cold iron. You come from a world of ice and shadow, a land where the sun barely dares to peek over the horizon. Do you truly think your crude hammer can withstand the weight of the primordial deep? I was old when your ancestors were still shivering in caves. I have drowned Atlantis and shattered the crust of the world to make room for my tides. You are a mere champion of a dying age, while I am the foundation of the world.
You speak too much, Sea Lord. Your words are like the foam on the beach, white and noisy, yet they vanish the moment the wind changes. I have faced the Midgard serpent, a beast that circles the entire world and holds its own tail. I have fought the frost giants whose breath freezes the sun itself. My strength is not built on the shifting tides or the vanity of the throne. My strength is built on the protection of those who cannot protect themselves. You call yourself the foundation, but foundations can be cracked. And cracking things is what I do best.
The air in the Colosseum thickens. Poseidon raises his trident, and the floor of the arena, made of cosmic energy, begins to undulate like the surface of the Pacific. A massive surge of pressurized water, summoned from the very essence of the elemental plane, erupts from the ground. It forms a towering wave, hundreds of feet high, crowned with the white teeth of 1,000 sharks. Poseidon rides the crest of this liquid mountain, his voice booming like the crashing of the surf against the cliffs of Ithaca.
The sea does not bargain, northerner. It only takes. Feel the pressure of 1,000 atmospheres crushing your lungs.
The wave collapses upon Thor with the force of a falling moon. The sound of the impact is deafening, a roar of water and fury that obscures the entire center of the arena. For a moment, it seems as though the Norse god has been extinguished, washed away into the dark corners of the void. But then, a flicker of light appears. A spark of white-hot electricity pierces through the emerald depths of the water. Suddenly, the entire mass of the wave begins to glow.
Is this all the salt you have to offer? I have bathed in colder waters than this.
Thor stands at the center of the deluge, his feet planted firmly. He is not swimming, he is standing as if the water were nothing more than a summer rain. He raises Mjolnir high above his head. The hammer begins to spin, creating a vortex that pulls the water into a spinning cyclone. Thor channels the raw power of the cosmic storm. A bolt of lightning, thicker than a redwood tree, descends from the heights of the Colosseum and strikes the hammer. The energy is redirected outward. The water is instantly vaporized into a thick, blinding fog, and the shockwave sends Poseidon reeling back across the arena. Poseidon recovers instantly, his divine blood boiling with rage. He knows he cannot defeat the Thunderer with simple pressure. He reaches out into the ethereal fabric of the arena and pulls. The ground shudders. This is the power of the Earthshaker. He isn't just manipulating water, he is manipulating the very stability of the ground beneath Thor's feet. Fissures open, glowing with a sickly green light. From these cracks, massive tentacles of water and obsidian rise, lashing out at Thor with the speed of striking vipers.
You think your hammer is the only tool of destruction? I am the reason the mountains fall. I am the reason the islands sink. Every tremor you feel is my heartbeat.
The tentacles wrap around Thor's limbs, pinning his arms to his sides. Poseidon lunges forward, his trident leveled at Thor's chest. The three prongs glow with a malevolent light, designed to soul-pierce even the most resilient of gods. Thor struggles, his muscles bulging, the belt Mjolnir glowing with a fierce golden radiance. The ground continues to crumble, and the very air is being sucked into the vacuum created by Poseidon's divine gravity.
Your grip is tight, Sea King, but you forget one thing. I do not need my hands to call the lightning.
Thor lets out a primal roar. Instead of pulling against the tentacles, he leans into them, inviting the strike. As the trident's points are inches from his heart, Thor calls upon the ultimate wrath of the sky. The ceiling of the Cosmic Colosseum vanishes, replaced by a swirling nebula of thunderclouds that span across galaxies. A rain of fire and electricity falls, not as individual bolts, but as a solid curtain of destruction. The energy strikes Thor directly, using his body as a conductor. The water tentacles are instantly boiled away into steam, and the electrical charge travels down them, striking Poseidon with the full force of 1,000 supernovas. Poseidon is thrown backward, his armor scorched, his trident vibrating with the resonance of the strike. He coughs, and gold ichor spills from his lips. For the first time in eons, the god of the sea feels a flicker of something he has forgotten: fear. But it is a fear that turns quickly into a desperate, final resolve. He rises, his aura expanding until he fills the horizon. He is no longer a man, he is a manifestation of the entire ocean, a liquid titan of blue and black.
If I must fall, I will take the universe with me. I am the Charybdis that consumes the stars. I am the depths from which nothing returns.
Poseidon slams his trident into the very center of the arena. The impact does not just break the floor, it breaks the logic of the space. A black hole of water begins to form, a whirlpool of such immense gravitational power that even light cannot escape it. Everything in the Colosseum begins to be drawn toward the center. The pillars crumble, the seats of the gods are torn from their foundations, and the very air is sucked into the watery abyss.
Then let us see if your abyss can swallow the sun.
Thor knows this is the end. He takes a wide stance, his boots cracking the cosmic obsidian beneath him. He grips Mjolnir with both hands, his gauntlets groaning under the pressure. He begins to spin the hammer. Faster and faster it goes, until it is nothing but a blur of silver and light. He is not just gathering lightning, he is gathering the kinetic energy of the universe itself. He remembers his destiny. He remembers the serpent Jormungandr. He remembers that he is the one who must stand when the world ends.
For Midgard, for Asgard, for the Allfather.
Thor throws the hammer. It does not fly like a normal weapon. It tears a hole in reality as it moves. It strikes the center of Poseidon's whirlpool, the point of the trident, with a sound that would be heard across every dimension. The collision creates a flash of light so bright that it resets the vision of any god watching. The absolute destructive force of Mjolnir meets the absolute gravitational pull of the sea. For a heartbeat, there is total silence. Then, the explosion. The whirlpool is shattered. The trident of Poseidon snaps, its three prongs flying into the void. The liquid titan is dispersed, reduced back to a lone, broken figure kneeling on the cracked floor of the arena. Thor stands above him, his hammer returning to his hand with a heavy, final thud. The storm clouds begin to dissipate, leaving only the dying embers of the cosmic fire. Poseidon looks up, his eyes clear but hollow. He has given everything, and yet the mountain still stands. The logic of the battle is clear. While Poseidon is a god of immense, foundational power, he is a god of the world as it is, a ruler of domains. Thor, however, is a god of the struggle against the impossible. His entire existence is defined by the combat against entities that should be stronger than him. Mjolnir was built specifically to break things that cannot be broken. In a contest of raw, world-ending force, the hammer that is destined to kill the world serpent will always prevail over the trident that merely moves the tides.
You fought well, Greek. Your oceans are deep, and your rage is as cold as the north. But the hammer does not care about the depth of the water. It only cares about the strength of the strike. Go back to your seas. The thunder remains.
Poseidon fades into a mist of salt and regret, returning to the depths of his own mythology. Thor stands alone in the center of the Colosseum, the undisputed victor of this cosmic clash. But the history of the gods never truly ends. There are always more legends to explore, more battles to witness, and more mysteries to uncover in the tapestry of human belief. If you enjoyed this epic confrontation between the salt and the storm, do not let your journey end here. The halls of myth are vast, and we have many more stories to tell. Make sure to strike that like button with the force of Mjolnir, and subscribe to our channel to join our ranks of legendary historians and warriors. Comment below on who you want to see enter the Cosmic Colosseum next. Until next time, may your path be guided by the gods.